أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. We give all the praises and the thanks to the Almighty Source Creator, the Creator of everything. Brothers and sisters, often we say that we are part of the creation. We're not separate. The same rules and laws that govern the creation also govern our anatomy and physiology. There are rules, there's laws, the laws of physics, natural laws, universal laws. These laws govern the creation and the universe. They also govern our anatomy and physiology. That's what this program is about, optimal health on AM 360. We thank you for joining us today with a new episode of Optimal Health on AM 360 with your host, Abdul Shahid. And we have two guests that will be working with us today. They're both certified symptometry health coaches. They are Miss Rita Taylor. She's also in the doctorate program at the American School of Symptometry. All about studying of ourselves. It's focused on the needs of ourselves, how to help ourselves self-correct, self-regulate, recalibrate, and self-perpetuate. It is we who must provide cleaner blood with more oxygen. This is what health is all about, brothers and sisters. And we also have Miss Yvette Dean, who's also a certified symptometry health coach. And in the master program, soon will be a master of cellular health and culinary science at the American School of Symptometry. Absolutely amazing. And the topic that we've chosen to share today is the bed bugs nightmare. People have bed bugs. They don't know why. You go to the hotel, there are bed bugs. People don't know why. Now you're going to understand why they're there. We also, based on the time that we have, we'll be talking about anesthesias and the cancer risk. When you have surgery, you undergo anesthesia, and that makes you susceptible to cancer. We're going to explain how that happens. These are many different situations we must be aware of, brothers and sisters. And if we're not aware of, then we can be taken advantage of. There are rules to health, and we're going to share a couple of these rules today. There are rules about automation, how things happen in the universe automatically. This is how the Almighty have designed it. For example, there's a natural law that says whatever is weak must be strengthened. Otherwise, it's going to continue to deteriorate. Whatever is old must be renewed. If not, you're going to have a problem. And whatever is abnormal must be put back to normalcy. That is the law of automation. And it also applies to our body, the human anatomy and physiology. Our body, no one has explained it like that. So if we have a weak heart, brothers and sisters, it's our responsibility to strengthen it. No pharmaceutical will strengthen it. No herbs will strengthen it. No food will strengthen it. So we'll be sharing on this program how to strengthen your heart so it doesn't get weaker and weaker and weaker, so you don't die for congested heart failure. These are rules to health. There are rules, brothers and sisters. There are rules to living on this planet. There are rules. And who's teaching us about these rules? No one, brothers and sisters. That's why we have diseases, because of the mistakes that we make. We have diseases because we make mistakes. The Almighty did not create any disease. He created us with perfection. We're making the mistakes. We went off in the wrong direction. And we're still going off in the wrong direction. 3.8 million years and counting, going off in the wrong direction, brothers and sisters. So now we're going to become more and more familiar with these rules that govern our anatomy and physiology. Rule number one. Our first rule is that we are responsible for our own health. We're responsible for our own body. Not our parent, not our grandparent, not our doctor, not our brother and sister, no one. The Almighty gifted us with the human body that afford us to have life on this planet, and we're responsible for it. How can you take care of it when you don't know what to do? How are you going to take care of it when you don't know? No one is teaching you. Your parent didn't know. Your grandparent didn't know. Now we have a school called the American School of Symptometry, not for profit, teaching people like myself and others who wants to know about the rules of health, how to take care of the needs of the cell. Another rule that we are responsible for our blood and for our DNA. We're responsible for taking care of our blood. What we eat, what we drink, and the chemical we expose ourselves to will be in our blood, brother and sister. Planet Earth is very toxic. Microtoxins everywhere. Man-made toxin, natural toxin everywhere. Who's teaching you how to avoid them or neutralize them? No one. Now we have a school that can teach us this, so we don't keep poisoning ourselves. What we eat and what we drink and the chemical and stuff we expose ourselves to will be in our blood until you remove it, ionize it, hydrolyze, oxidize it out. This is what happens, brothers and sisters. We are responsible for maintaining the integrity of our cells and their well-being. That's our responsibility. We're made of cells, trillion of them, over 200 different types of cells. And each one of those cells has a nucleus. Inside the nucleus, there'll be genes, chromosome, and chromatin, DNA. Do you know what their function are? No, you don't. But you have a human body. Think about that, brothers and sisters. That should be the first thing that we should learn when we first come here. How to take care of ourselves, how to take care of ourselves, how to become the best person, the best human being, how to produce neurons, neurotransmitters. This is what makes people human, brothers and sisters. So there are rules to health. We must help ourselves to produce two types of enzyme, food enzyme and ancillary enzyme for repair and upkeep. Enzymes are the first essential that our cell must produce. If they don't produce them, you're going to have a problem. I will have a problem. Then we must not deactivate them once we produce them. We must not denature them, making them worthless. These are just a few of the rules, brothers and sisters, that we are obligated to learn. But no one is teaching us. Only one place on this planet, after 3.8 million years, mankind headed off in the wrong direction. We're not supposed to be sick, brothers and sisters. We're not supposed to have a disease, because the Almighty equipped us with everything to live on this planet and thrive and make progress for ourselves. But we went off in the wrong direction 3.8 million years ago, and we're still going off in the wrong direction. There's only one place to try to keep people or make people aware of the rules of health, the laws of physics that affects our anatomy and physiology when we violate them. They're called the fitra, the pattern that the Almighty has put in place in the creation. And when we're in violation, a disease will occur. This is how it is, brothers and sisters. So welcome to a new episode of Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. And we won't be wasting your time. We're going to see, we have our guest. We have our guest, Ms. Rita Taylor, our first guest. And we thank her for joining us to share her expertise. She specializes in pregnancy management, brothers and sisters. Absolutely amazing. Pregnancy management. She specialized in it. How to have a perfect, healthy, law-abiding citizen. We have too many people, so-called people, that's breaking the law. And many of them are in leadership position. Their mother did not know what to do and what to eat and what to avoid when she was pregnant with the individual. Now we know what to do. We know what food to avoid. We know how to cook our food now scientifically and select it based on science. So we don't keep poisoning ourselves. So we shared a few rules, and we're going to get ready to start our program. The bed bug nightmare. Mrs. Rita will be sharing with us today. I hope you're paying attention, brothers and sisters. This is very, very important. You might say, well, I don't have bed bugs. Well, you might have some other bugs you're not aware of that's making you sick, that's poisoning your blood. Mrs. Rita.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Assalam, Mrs. Rita. Thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360. I know you're ready to start sharing that fantastic information, scientific verifiable information with us today. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get our program started. We thank you all and our guests for joining us here today on Optimal Health on AM 360. And by the way, brothers and sisters, we are also going live on YouTube as we speak, live on YouTube. Please share that information with your friends, your relatives, your associate, people you love, people you care for, so they can get this information. They won't get it anywhere else unless they become a student at the American School of Symptometry. And we are a student. We're a student forever. You know what I mean? Yeah. A student forever.
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back. Please don't go anywhere. Pick up the phone, do a 2-way or 3-way so we can get more people involved and start learning how to reverse their condition instead of let their condition becoming more and more chronic and where your life is going to be at stake. The Almighty created us in such a way, Ms. Rita, that we can keep on living, postpone death, put it off until we are ready to pass on. And we all of what we were sent here to do. Absolutely amazing. The Almighty sent us here, and He wants us healthy and alive, not sick and dying. Think about that. Absolutely amazing. So, brothers and sisters, we'll be right back. You with Abdul Shahid and our guest, and this is Optimal Health on AM 360.
People get sick all the time. However, even after years of research, physicians don't have the faintest clue why most sick people find themselves in the predicament they do. Will they just accept the same treatment without truly getting to the bottom of what is happening to them? Not anymore. Symptometry draws attention to your cells, the building block of your being, allowing you to understand what needs to be done and paving the way for self-correction. Developed by Dr. Maxwell Nardi, symptometry is not medicine or even its alternative. It is a study designed to fill in the void left behind by the most common scientific fields. Symptometric science has proven time and again over 31 years that chaotic eating and living are not in the best interest of the cells. It's about time we change that to understand symptometry, dive into a whole new world of cell-based knowledge, and profoundly appreciate human cells' work. Get your copy of Symptometry and Symptometric Science at a Glance by Dr. Maxwell Nardi now.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You're with Abdul Shahid, your host, your certified symptometry health coach. We also have two guests from the American School of Symptometry. Ms. Rita Taylor, also a certified symptometry health coach, and Ms. Yvette Dean, I see her, and she's also a certified symptometry health coach. And we all three are available to help people to understand where their health comes from. Most people don't know where health comes from. They think it come out of a bottle, a pill, come from the doctor, come from the mom and dad. No, brothers and sisters, you're made of cells. That's where the health comes from. And when you ignore them, then we will have diseases. Ms. Rita, we're going to pass the mic on to you. Thank you so very much once again for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360.
Brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum. The pleasure is all mine. I'm here to, follow up with what Brother Shahid was saying. Health It's individual journey. Don't let anybody bamboozle you and tell you that it's not. It is not your doctor's health. It is not your husband's health. It's not your mama's health. It is your own health. The doctor is just an advisor. You don't have to take what they tell you. You can go in there, get your test, and pull if there's anything wrong, come to symptometry, will help you. Get a second opinion. You don't have to take it. Remember, your health is your life. Your health belongs to you. And once you are empowered with the knowledge from symptometry, you will never let anybody bamboozle you. And today, I'm here to share with you about life skills. Yes, we teach symptometry, it's a source removal institution. We remove the source of problems that you have, and there's no disease, brothers and sisters. I want to be clear. There's no disease that symptometry cannot reverse, and it's up to you. If you want it, it will happen. If it's not, it ain't gonna happen. But I just want to share with you some life skills. And the life skill is, even when you're supposed to cook your food scientifically and eat scientifically, we want you to know that the other things you're living is as critical as your eating and your everything else. So today I'm going to share with you something called the bed bug nightmare. How many of us have mattresses that are over 10 years old? Raise your hand if you're on this show. How old is your mattress? Do you know that you're not supposed to sleep on your mattress that is over 10 years? 10 years is what they give us, and 10 years is a long time. Do you know how old your mattress is? I bought my mattress 3 years ago, so I know I have 7 years to go. So check it out. If your mattress is old, please get a new one. Okay? Whatever the mattress that you get, did you buy it new or was it given to you as a gift? It was given to you as a gift. Do you know how long that person have been sleeping on that mattress? Something to ask. That's what we're teaching life skills. If you don't change your mattress every 10 years, you are inviting trouble. Okay? Do you have a plastic covering on your mattress? Or you have a cloth covering your mattress? I'm asking you all these questions because it has an impact on your body. Okay? Are you aware that plastic traps body heat? Are you aware the human body heat combined with human sweat and sedimentary sludge, ammonia and carbon dioxide can give spontaneous existence to bed bugs, ticks, and fleas? Are you aware of that? Yes, if you're not, I'm sharing that with you. I mean, human existence give rise to ticks, and ticks carry the Borrelia bacterium that causes Lyme disease. Lyme, Lyme disease. The toxin of the following 9 ticks also cause the kind of septicemia, resulting in SORA, a formidable miasma. There are 3 miasmas. One of them is SORA, the other one is syphilis, and the other one is psychotic. Those are the miasmas. But one of the things that we're talking about here is SORA, very formidable. It causes itching. So let me share with you the ticks that can cause some problems for you. The Western black-legged tick, which also causes Lyme disease, the Lone Star tick, the American dog tick, the brown dog tick, the Gulf Coast tick, the Rocky Mountain wood tick, the soft tick, the groundhog tick, and the seed tick. Okay, these are the 9 ticks that cause cystothemia, resulting in sore, which is really itching. Itching, when you have itching all over the body, there is a reason you have that. It might be miasma. That's what we in symptometry can help you. Are you aware that urine, salt, ammonia, and sulfur combined with human sweat and body heat can give rise to bed bugs? Are you aware that urine, salt, ammonia, and sulfur combined with human sweat and body heat can give rise to bed bugs? Did your child urine seep into your mattress? Since countless children are bedwetters, a lot of children are bedwetters, they pee. And again, symptometry can reverse that. You don't have to be ashamed. There are men and women who pee, and they're old adults. Symptometry can reverse that. Again, it is up to you. Do you sweat at night? You know, because these questions are being asked because when people think about health, they seldom think about bed on which they sleep. They always think about food, supplements, and how best to avoid pharmaceutical drug, which we should all be avoiding. Hallelujah. When people can't get a good night's sleep and they keep tossing and turning in their beds, they often blame the pillows or the softness of the mattress. It seldom occurs to them to find out how old their mattress or furniture is. We said 10 years for mattress, and maybe how old is your furniture? Okay, so let's talk about your furniture. Does people sleep in your couch? When you have guests, do they sleep on your couch? How old is your couch? Have a pet ever urinated on that couch? A lot of people, by the way, a lot of people sleep with their pets. And they pee on the bed. What do? They pee on the couch. It's not something to sneeze at. It's a health issue. It's a health hazard. Symptometry is bringing to the forefront that this is not something to sneeze at because it will compromise your health. Because people say they're healthy, but they don't talk about their bed that they sleep on, the bed bugs that they sleep on. Okay? Have a child ever urinated on your couch? Have your pet urinated on your couch? You may clean that couch with cleaning agent, but the urine, ammonia, salt, and sulfur may attract bugs. And the toxins of these bugs will cause septicemia in that person who sleep on that couch for several nights. You might be bitten on there, but you didn't know, and you get up in the morning and you see bumps all over your hands, and you say, what happened? I couldn't sleep well. Do you know that there might be bed bugs on your on your bed? That's why you couldn't sleep last night. When you were tossing and turning, it was the bite biting you. Do you know that? Again, your health is number one priority. You need to invest in your health include investment in your mattress and in your couch, especially if you have had, you know, animals that you live with, you sleep with, and they pee pee all over. Don't just think you clean it up. You need to replace it as soon as you can. Okay, so it's up to you. So basically, if you're not changing your mattress and your couch, you are living with a health hazard. Okay, urine and sweat and so give rise to bed bugs whose toxin never leave your blood. The bed bug toxin that is in the blood never leave it unless you come to symptometry for us to ionize that and destroy the covalent bonds with that bed bugs. The toxin, the salt from that bite, if you don't ionize it, it will stay there until you die. Okay? And if it's for somebody who sleep on a bed that is over 10 years old, that have bed bugs, they don't even know that they have bed bugs. You see, a lot of people do not even understand. They don't know what bed bugs is. They sleep on the bed. They have itch all over their body. They itch. They toss and turn, and they think it's because the pillow was not soft enough. Brothers and sisters, you might be bitten by the bed bugs that I told you. I gave you 9 of them in the beginning. Okay. Please, it's important that you discard the old mattresses, especially this is over 10 years old. Let's get rid of it, get a new one. The furniture every 10 years and using particulates to sanitize the blood. You need that. As I said, health is an individual journey. I used to think I was healthy when I came to symptometry, and I was just the opposite. I have so many things that I have to sanitize my blood and still continue to sanitize my blood. It's a never-ending situation. So long as you live, your blood should be sanitized daily. Again, if you have the old mattress over 10 years old, the couch, or even some people get it from their grandma and their and a relative who dies and leave them the couch. How old is that couch? Was that couch ever clean? Did they? Do you know where it came from? Do you know whether you have urine, somebody pee on that thing, and you are sleeping on it because somebody gave it to you? Ladies and gentlemen, your health is yours, and you have only one life. Yes, we make mistakes, but when you are informed, use it. So your mattress and everything, your furniture from grandma, grandpa, even if you buy it yourself, you need to replace that furniture every 10 years, especially if you live with dogs and cats. They they are horrifying, but we just want to help you to know that if you have all that, symptometry is the answer for you to sanitize your blood, because a lot of people don't even know they have bed bugs. Okay. What about people that travel? Frequent travelers. No one is more susceptible to septicemia from bed bugs than frequent flyers, such as pilots, flight attendants, and other in the travel industry, such as traveling insurance salesmen. A new hotel means nothing because the hotels and motel owners often want to save a buck by purchasing cheaper used mattresses and furniture from other hotels. So the mattress that you sleep on, do you know how old it is when you travel? No, you don't. So it doesn't mean the newest of the place doesn't mean your mattress is. And I know some people that even though they pay for the hotel, they sleep in their car because of bed bugs. They pay for the hotel. They say, I don't want to sleep on that bed. I don't know how long people have been on it. So we give you some ideas. Okay. So a hotel, as I said, a hotel means nothing about, about the mattresses and the furniture. Um, you can you can be getting that bite. And that bite, I said, called the halogen, will not leave your blood unless your blood is sanitized. So again, how old is a hotel? How often have the mattress been changed in such hotel? They don't change the mattress. It's 20, 30, 40 years. That mattress have not been changed. So now you have a choice when you get there. Okay, so you don't have to sleep on that mattress. You can find an alternative. Okay, sleeping on that old mattress for one night might be one night too many. As I said, I know some people who travel, they sleep in their cars because they don't want to sleep. They don't want to use the old mattress. What about RV beds? Recreational vehicles come with bed in these vehicles. Do you have pets that urinate on these beds inside vehicle? Because people travel with their dogs and everything else when they travel. And they pee pee on the bed and you go sleep on it? What are you carrying on your body? You get bed bugs. They bite you. And then you don't know what have happened to you. You have septicemia. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a source removal institution. We are also an educational institution. Our job is to educate you and tell you all the things that no one is going to share with you. No one by symptometry. So the next one is guest rooms. In many houses, they have guest rooms. That guest room is a place where they dump everything from mattress to furniture and everything else and pet, rugs and all that stuff. And it's that room, you might be a guest there and they put you in there. You don't know what is in there. So you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself and decide. Okay. Hotel rooms, motel doors, as well as doors in the homes, are almost always closed. And you need to open them if you can, so you can get some air. But if you can't, you're stuck with it. It takes a lot, brothers and sisters, all that I've gone through to share with you about good health, the importance of mastering the life skills. What I've shared with you are life skills, something you need to know. Your doctor is not going to tell you that. They don't even know that. But symptometry is here to help you and get you going. Okay, so bed bugs toxin can remain in a person's system for decades, causing intermittent fever, night sweats, irregular heartbeats, slow or fast heartbeats, itching, skin ulcers, and other symptoms associated with hyperhidrosis, excessive sweating disorder. Some people sweat. It's not because they have a fever, they just sweat. And they might have a disorder. And if you sweat at night, I'm not talking about menopause or something like that. If you sweat at night, you have a problem. And symptometry is there to help reverse that. You shouldn't be shy because sweat is sweat. You shouldn't be sweating at night. Okay? People have scrotal itch, anal itch, vaginal itch, eyebrow itch that went on for years or more. What they do is they try anti-itch powder, pomade, oil, drug, and nothing has worked. So they died with that itch. Brothers and sisters, you don't have to die with that itch. Symptometry have this itch called miasma, psora. We will help reverse that itch so that you don't have to die with that itch. Other chronic disorders driving people crazy include foot sweat, bloodline sweat, groin sweat, head sweat, underarm sweat, back sweat, torso sweat, palm sweat, morning sweat, and repulsive body odor, as well as body drenched in night sweat, most of which are misdiagnosed as menopause or premenopause. No, it might be sweat that your body need to be sanitized. Symptometry do have the molecules and particulates to help with that. So bed bugs can also release red ashes or skin irritation, including burning, itching, or other forms of discomfort. Ladies and gentlemen, check your mattress. How old is it? You can diet and exercise, but the measure taken will never eliminate the bed bug toxin from your blood unless their covalent bonds are broken. And a lot of people are being bitten by ticks and bed bugs. They don't even know what bed bug is. But today we're showing you that bed bugs is alive and well and kicking, causing septicemia. And you can change your mattress every 10 years. If you haven't, let's think about it and try to replace it in the next couple of months. Okay? So bed bugs toxin can cause chronic diseases and can easily be misdiagnosed, as I told you, as basically treated with mismatches, allowing the toxin to remain in the person's blood and worsen the symptoms of disease characterized as genetic or hereditary. No, there's nothing genetic. Genes are flawless. It is us. Okay, we have the dirty blood, we have the halogens and all that stuff that needs to be replaced and need to be dealt with. Okay, there's no such thing as essential hypertension, but physicians insist that there is when they are wrong. What makes a person extremely sensitive to certain food? The mattress on which the sick person sleep has never crossed people's mind. Instead, they resort to sleeping pills. Prisons and jails. How old are the mattresses within the prison sleep? People who slept in prison mattresses and are released for whatever reason will never be healthy because of septicemia will always be in them unless the symptometry doctor break the bonds of the mosquito bites, spider bites, roach bites, and other bites in their blood. Again, we do have the solution. We will tell you about the problem, but we do have the solution in symptometry. But what does people that are in prison when they are released, what did they do? They've been living with all these things, the bed bugs and all that stuff. Come to symptometry, we'll help you regain your health back. Poverty. People cannot afford a new mattress. That is why they are forever grateful to a person who donate their old mattress to them. But that is sad though. The old mattress is old. It's over 10 years old. And you're gonna sleep in it for how many years? You're creating bed bugs. You're creating that and you will be getting ticks all over your bed. Okay? So we have shared with you what you need to know about life skills and all the bed bugs and everything else that we have. Okay? Regardless of the amount of money we have in our bank account, acquiring life skills is a key to achieving healthy longevity. Without such skills, a person has nothing. I mean, how many doctors can you go and speak to them about the ticks, the bed bugs that you have to live with? How many doctors will discuss that? They don't. But here in Symptometry, we are enlightening you for you to know that 10 years is a must. You cut it off and get a new mattress. Have a couch. 10 years, get a new couch. Okay? Okay, so our advice is to have sufficient resources and life skill to protect yourself from scammers. Scammers are everywhere, even in hospital and banks. The physician problem. Physicians are unaware of the connection between septicemia and bites from bedbugs, flea, spiders, and other insects. All that they give you is antibiotics. Therefore, relying on your physician for help, even if the physician is your own child, will be the most colossal mistake you ever make. Just because your daughter or son is a physician doesn't mean that they control your health. You control your own health. Okay? People, can MRI or scan or X-ray help a physician determine of septicemia, low oxygen, fever, itching, relentlessness? No. Why use them? Because they give the hospital technicians something to do. How many times have you heard that the garbage, that Lyme disease is incurable? How have you know herpes is incurable? All disease, they say it's incurable. HIV was incurable. But all these disease, Lyme disease, herpes, they're not. Symptometry can help you ionize your blood so that you break the bonds of the toxins. That's all it's waiting for you to come to symptometry so that you can get a particular to break the bonds of the toxin that is holding you hostage. And that is about what we talked about, the bed bugs that is in your blood, that will stay in your blood until you die with it. But if you come to symptometry, we'll break the bonds on that for you. Okay. The truth is that, medical schools, they don't teach physicians about ticks and bugs and fleas and pests and inoculation pharmaceutical drug, and the medical application of the periodic tables. Unfortunately, uninformed patient can defer to physician for the source of disease when it's true the physician have little to offer. They don't know. So why do you trust them? Why do you trust your life when they just because they have an MD in front of their name? Do they have life skills to share with you to help you? Symptometry does. We will help you get to where you're going. Okay? So we also have Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, okay, who considered the scabies mite the mother of all miasma because this mite bite, which transmit Sarcoides scabiei, could continue poison the island unless it was neutralized. Everything has to be neutralized. Yes. City and village dwellers are alive. Still, they will encounter to suffer from consequences of septicemia caused by bug bites, mosquitoes, mites, flea, ticks, and spiders until they break the covalent bonds of the bites that cause septicemia. Okay? Pet lovers. You have a dog, a cat, whatever. Some people even have, they have snakes in their place. I don't know, but are you a pet lover? Why do pet lovers suffer from septicemia practically more than anybody else? A pet can be defleased, but the fleas will return in 3 months or less because the pet sweat. Sweat contains salt, starting the cycle all over. Pet lovers, I'm going to repeat. Why did they suffer from septicemia more than anybody else? Because just because a pet is defleased doesn't mean that they don't carry septicemia. And you need to come to symptometry to have that neutralized for you, ionized. Okay. So again, when kids are young, they plead to get a dog, basically. And in my home, they never got one because my husband was allergic to he was allergic to dog hair. So we were safe. They can, we take them to petting zoos and all that stuff and let them pet, but we never had a dog in our house or a cat in our house, or, they might have a turtle, but it's in the garage. She would never come to the house, so they can play with it. Again, you know, when you get the kids pets, make sure that they have to choose between their health or keeping a dog. Do you want to keep your dog or do you want to be healthy? First of all, who's going to be walking the dog? Who's going to clean their mess up? It's not me. It's going to be you. Are you willing to do that? So again, you need to choose between your health and your dog and your cats. But a lot of people have a choice to make and they make the choice. But if you decide to live with your dog and your cat in the house, and even if they're defleased, remember, you will still be subject to septicemia. Okay? Um, are we, are you just not aware of these things that nobody talks about? The life skills, the information that you need to know to help you with your family so that they can grow healthy every day, optimally healthy. Okay, to them, one thing is heart failure, respiratory failure, renal failure, blunt force, trauma, gunshot wounds, the cause of death, allowing the reasonable person die of septicemia to be swept under the rug. One cannot help but wonder where mankind has been heading. Okay? We cannot sweep things under the rug anymore. We need to basically make sure that we have everything and we are sharing the information with everyone. So please, if nothing, I've shared with you a couple of things. What causes septicemia? How old is your mattress? How old is your couch? Do you know that what? If you're bitten by bed bugs, which a lot of people don't even know they have, you will have the blood stay in the halogen, the salt stay in your blood forever until you come to symptometry to ionize that blood and sanitize that blood to kill the covalent bonds. Having pets in the house is a choice, but if you do choose them, make sure that they don't pee pee on the bed, they don't pee pee on the mattress, they don't pee pee on the carpet, so that you have some health, good health in the house. So all I'm saying is that sometimes you're going to have to choose between having a pet in the house or having, not having it. We did decided, my husband, because my husband could not, was allergic. We could not have a pet, dander or anything in the house. So it's everything is up to each family, but make sure that you prepare your family for the eventualities. So, Brother Saheed, that is my life skills about furniture, about mattresses, about everything else, that after 10 years, you need to shut them out there. Don't get it from Aunt Grandma and Papa here because it's free. How old is that furniture? How old is that mattress? And once you know how old it is, you can just celebrate and say what it is. But if it's more than 10 years, do not sleep on it. So, Brother Saheed, Assalamu alaikum.
Well, like I said, Mrs. Rita, that's excellent information to making people more and more aware of who they are, what they are, and where they are. Whoever knew that the human body itself can cause spontaneous existence of other creatures? We have all of the ingredients to produce life on us. We have the sweat, that's moisture, and we have the energy, heat, and all the conditions are favorable for life to appear. And that's what happens.
Mm.
And these bed bugs, you cannot even see them, Mrs. Rita.
Yes, no.
They're so small and tiny, you can't see them. You know what the heck is biting you at night?
No, you don't. If you see them, people will be running away from it. No, it's the opposite. You don't see them, but they'll be biting you and you'll be itching, you'll be scratching like, and it's so hurtful when you have itch that won't go away. And you get up in the morning.
Yes. And people are
No?
not aware that it's poisoning their blood.
Mhm.
The bed bugs, the ticks, the mice, all these things, they are vector for diseases. They poison your blood. And the only place you can go to remove the poison from your blood would be symptometry. You go to the doctor, then they give you drugs, they add more inert substance to the person's blood. You go to the herbalist, they give you a herb, more inert substance will be added to the person's blood, causing more problem for them. What are they to do? Live in misery, short life expectancy, without septicemia, blood poisoning. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to take a short break. If you have any questions for our guests, we'll be right back. So please do not go anywhere at all. We got a lot more information to share, but this is absolutely amazing. The bed bug nightmare. People are going through this. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue what to do about it. So we're sharing the information, life skills, how to live on this planet. No one has given this to us before. We need life skills, brothers and sisters, to live on this planet so we can make progress for ourselves, so we don't keep going in the wrong direction. So we'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Maxwell Nartey, inventor of symptometry and symptomatic science. Many of you may not have heard of symptometry because it appears to be new. Unfortunately, new does not mean untested. Symptometry has been around for 32 years, since 1991. During these 32 years, I had to conduct several experiments. I had to test the precepts and the concepts of symptometry and symptomatic science. After 32 years of testing, the results are in. The results are excellent. This is why you are hearing about symptometry and symptomatic science. I invented symptometry and symptometric science for a reason. What is this reason? The reason is medical science, nutrition, Chinese traditional medicine, acupuncture, chiropractic, herbalism created a gaping hole.
Please mute your mic.
Bottomless vacuum. We are not here just to fool around. We are here to fill a deep vacuum. How did they create this vacuum? How?
Welcome back, brothers and sisters, with Abdul Shahid and our guest. And this is Optima Health on AM 360. Optima Health on AM 360. Thank you for joining us today here on Optima Health on AM 360. Anyone that have a question for our guest before she has to leave? We shared information about the bed bug nightmare. Not only are there bed bugs, there are lice that people have, there are ticks that's on pets and animals that's in people's home. And these things, they bite. And in their bite are called halogen. Halogen, that's a mineral salt in their bites. That's toxic in their bite. And will cause septicemia in the person's blood. You can go to your doctor, he might not have a clue as to what you have. You're not familiar with all of these things. Brothers and sisters, we're teaching life skills, how to live on this planet without getting a disease. So if you have a question for our guests, now's the time to ask your question.
Yeah, I got a question.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
What's your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Atlanta.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. I understand that there's going to be a lot of bed bugs. I get that. And I truly understand that. And reading and getting towards the masses, even if they have something 10 years old, they're not going to change their mattress right away. They're not going to do that because they can't afford it. So my question is, what can you do to prevent those bed bugs before you get a new mattress? What can you take? Because
Okay, that's a good question. That's what I said, that you know what? That bed bugs have been biting you, and you do have toxin and symptometry. If you come there, we will give you particulars to ionize that, the bed bugs that you have in you, because it's in your blood.
right.
And so when we say ionization, it cleans the blood of the bed bugs for you. So before you get onto the new mattress, and some people sleep on their mattress for 15 years. I know some people. Come to symptometry and talk to the doctor, and they will have your coach. You talk to your coach, and he will help you. Get this particularly to clean the blood of the bed bugs. Because if you don't, it will stay with you, even with a new mattress, for the rest of your life. And people don't know that. You need to sanitize the blood before you get a new mattress in your house.
So that particular substance, you would have to intake that until you get a new mattress.
Well, it all depends. You might have to intake that more than, it might be a couple of months treatment. So it's not just one-time deal. So all depends, because
I get that. I just need to know.
Yeah, you have to intake that.
Yeah, you'd have to take, because you don't know, even when you go, even if you might have something that's been 10 years old or whatever, and let's say, for instance, you're a traveler.
Mm-hmm.
You're a traveler, hey, you go into these different hotels or whatever the case may be, at least you'll have this to intake, so you don't have to worry. You can clean your blood or whatever the case may be while you're
Ex-
eating. Whatever.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And you should take it with you. When you have this particular, when you're traveling, you need to take it with you. So you take them.
Right, I get that. I just want to know what it was, because it's impossible for someone, and even if you talk to someone and you say, look, you got bed bugs or whatever, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. So I'm
Because they
like,
don't.
yeah, but the thing is, say, look, bro, if you want to clean your blood, this is what you got to do.
Yes,
Even if
ma'am.
you go on to another state or whatever, because we visit people. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You visit family members. And so,
and that
come
and
on
that's
now, grandma, grandpa, they ain't changing no mattress. That's your bed. You sleep in it. That's it. So, but you don't have to worry
exactly.
about. You don't have to worry about. You take that substance. I ain't worried about. You ain't got to change your mattress. But I'm gonna take this so that I will have my clean blood. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
That's
Excellent.
exactly you're doing preventive measures. That's what
Yeah,
you're doing.
yeah. Because because even though those people who can't afford it, they can still do it until they get it. You understand
Exactly.
what I'm saying? So
Yes.
Exactly.
I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. And people in America, they can't afford it. Yeah, we're looking at Trump now. This is crazy.
Excellent observation. Excellent. Excellent.
That is excellent point. That's to me. That's the crux of the whole life skill that I've been speaking about. You need to prevent it. You need and we have the solution for you to take, whether you have it or not. But even if you can afford it, try to change it though. You need to change
Yeah,
that mattress
yeah,
because
yeah, because you go into these different hotels, or you might be traveling for fun vacation or whatever, even on the ships. You don't know.
yes. Oh no no
You-
no no. Nothing is excluded. I
Nothing.
know some people who sleep in their cars, even though they have the hotel room. They say, "I'm not sleeping on that mattress. I'm
But you
sleeping in
sleeping
my car."
you sleeping in your car, it don't really matter.
But that person also has sanitized his life, so they don't want to get that thing on him all the
Hey,
time.
hey,
So
look, it don't matter whether you sanitize your car or not. You still coming in contact with bed bugs, because guess what? It's in the air. Hello. They can so it doesn't
If it's
matter.
not the bed bug, it'll be something else. You're
It'll
absolutely
be
correct.
something
So
else, but it'll be
you have
still
to
in
always be
your blood.
sanitizing your blood. That's part of life now.
Yep.
You want to
So
be healthy, that's what we have to do. You have
okay.
another question, Brother Ronald? Another comment?
No, I ain't got
We'll see
no.
if anybody else have any question or comment before our guest has to leave.
Yeah, yeah. I have a question. Assalamu alaikum, brother coach.
Look, Assalam. Thank you
How
for
you doing?
joining us, Bernard.
How you doing, Sister Rita?
I'm well, Brother Renard. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Listen, I had to think about how old was my mattress. I calculated 5 years old. 5 years old. So I got like at least another 5 for that.
Okay.
Um,
Well, just
but
put the date there.
however, when years ago, when the children were young, we had a guest stay over, and they dropped off bed bugs, and when I told my mother, God rest her soul, she told us we have to get rid of all that, get rid of all the bed. Get all rid of the mattresses and everything.
Mattresses.
So
Mhm.
we did. We had to get rid of it. It costed, but we had to get rid of it because the children were getting bit up. You know,
Yes.
and you can catch them. I caught a couple of them, and when you step on them, they had all this nothing but blood. They
Yes, it is. It
splatter
is
the
blood.
blood that they done sucked out of you. You
Yeah,
know.
that's
So
where you can
Exactly.
see them then when they have the blood from
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah. They
then
are thin. They are flat. They thin. They flat. Yeah, they are. Yeah,
exactly. But
yeah,
that's
and
yeah,
yeah. So
they're sucking your blood. Yes.
yeah, so
It's your blood.
I've been through that. I've been through that. I also been stung by bees a couple of
Mhm.
times, stung by wasps. So
Mhm.
all those leave that halogen you're talking about, brother Coach?
Yes,
Yes, that's
yes,
still in your
yes. And
blood.
remember the same thing. And I remember that you asked the question about what, when you get a sting, what do you leave? Is the halogen that needs to be ionized.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, it's a
All right.
halogen, HALOGEN,
Yes.
halogen that you have. And so, yeah, I'm glad that you understand, but it's a lot of us, we take it for granted though. We take
Yeah.
that for granted and we
Mhm.
are suffering. We are suffering and nobody wants to talk about it.
Right. Right.
Symptometry want to share that,
Mhm.
we have the solution. It's
Mhm.
something that you're gonna need in your house
Yeah.
and use them, and
Yeah.
especially when you travel,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to take them with you and use them, and that is not, that's a great idea. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that you're joining us for us, I mean, Renal,
Yeah.
that is excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have another question. It's a little off
yeah.
the subject.
Okay.
I had invited a family friend to come on, so because I sent it to the website and so she could see how symptometry works and how what's the possibilities of
Mhm.
getting well, and she explained that she had like a hernia behind her navel that hurts occasionally, especially on her right side, and another issue that she had with halitosis, and she brushes and flosses daily, but nothing works. So I was wondering, can y'all just elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I will talk and let Brother Sahid finish it up. We can help him with the halitosis,
Yes.
okay? We can help reverse the halitosis because it's been done, okay?
Mhm.
And what else what other disease that this person has, the halitosis and
She has
what?
a hernia behind
Hernia,
her
A
navel.
hernia too, a
Yes,
hernia
a
abdominal
too.
hernia.
hernia.
She said the
Yeah,
doctor wants.
let the person, let the person talk to Brother Sahid. And there's nothing, as I said, that we cannot reverse. So long as you're not shy, so long as
Mhm.
you're willing to tell the truth to the doctor, and so long
Mhm.
as you're willing to eat scientifically and
Mhm.
everything else, because taking the drugs, I mean, the particulate alone is not enough. Are you willing to do the heavy lifting to make sure that you are healed holistically? Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
we can do that. Both of the things is being done.
Mhm.
Okay? And then we have results of that. So
Mhm.
tell the person not to worry because brushing alone ain't gonna get rid of the halitosis.
Mhm.
Okay? And there's, she has to remove the covalent bond that
Mhm.
is holding him up. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of things we can do for that person. Okay?
That's
So
Uh,
just
and,
tell them, let them talk to Brother Saeed and bring them
okay.
down and let him do that and just see the result himself and he will
Yeah.
be amazed.
Well,
Mhm.
can you give advice on they want to stick a scope down her throat to
all
take
that's not
pictures?
necessary,
No,
brother Renard. It's not necessary
it's
Oh,
not.
yeah, I just wanted to mention that,
because that would be very invasive. And we
Mhm.
Mhm.
don't know whether that scope is going to be sanitized when you get ready to use it or not. We just
Mhm.
don't know. So
Exactly.
if you can
Yeah.
avoid being invaded like that, the best thing
Mhm.
to do is to do that. Uh,
Mhm.
as far as the hernia is concerned, it's strengthening the abdominal cavity,
Mhm.
Mhm.
muscle protein.
Mhm.
Muscle
Mhm.
protein, there are 22 of them.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And she might not be eating the food to help produce the muscle protein, and then there
Mhm.
could be sludge there that preventing them from being produced. So you
Mhm.
have to
Mhm.
ionize the sludge, and
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
this is you
That's
don't have to have no invasive procedure to be done.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes you know exactly what to do. And then
Mhm.
Mhm.
we have to enhance her colon bacteria.
Mhm.
There are 32 different strands of colon bacteria. If they are not there doing their work, then halitosis is one of the symptoms to remind us
Mhm.
that we have to take care of our colon.
Mhm.
We do
Mhm.
all those things that you mentioned,
Mhm.
and it still won't help. So
Mhm.
it's taking care of our system, and
Mhm.
that's part of the digestive system. So,
Mhm.
so she can get the help that she needs, just come to symptometry and be willing to make necessary changes to the diet, to the lifestyle,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and and learn some life skills that Miss Rita.
Mhm.
No one is teaching us how to live on this planet.
Mhm.
This planet would turn on us if we don't learn
It's already
to
Yeah.
do things
It's already
correctly,
doing it.
scientifically.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank y'all for sharing.
We thank
You're
you for sharing
welcome.
that and let the
Yeah,
person know
you're
there's
welcome.
help for her. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Will do. All right.
Yes, don't be shy though. When you see the doctor, tell the truth. Let the person know this is what is going through. I'm suffering. I mean, silently. I want to get rid of this, and he will give you the information and the particulars you need to help you. And it's also changing their lifestyle a little bit. Dietary will also help the person. Okay, so
Absolutely.
that's a good question. So. But it's he looks like we have two great questions, and
Yes, we're going to see if we
Assalamualaikum.
can
I'm
get
gonna turn it
one
over
more before you
to
go.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam, Brother Rashid.
Yes, sir. Number
Thank you
one,
for joining us.
no problem. Let me say this, Sister Rita, phenomenal job.
She sure
Phenomenal
did.
job. I had to say that. I had to
No,
say it.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
number
Thank
two,
you.
you guys label this the proper name. Comprehensive life skill, but it's holistic comprehensive life skill. See,
Yes,
It's holistic. Yes.
we forget this one thing. There's our responsibility to be responsible for ourselves, not only just in our health, but also in our finances, also in our
every way.
spirituality.
Yes,
So
Everything.
yeah,
Don't
so
give
this life skill thing you talk about, it must go much, much deeper than that. Sometimes I know I heard the sister say people can't afford it. I understand what she means, but you can afford it.
yes,
If you go
well.
if you can't what you can't afford is to not do it.
Exactly.
But the most
Exactly.
important thing is
Exactly.
once you readjust your
Mhm.
financial situation, once you readjust your finances, once you readjust how you live and the things that you're eating, that money becomes readily available. And we talk
absolutely.
about what mattresses don't cost that much money.
No,
You can find a really
No,
good
that's
mattress
not.
something. So just plan. You got to be able to plan your life out comprehensively, as you say, and think about changing your whole life because that's what you have to do to sustain yourself in this crazy world that we live in. I just wanted to say that as a
we certainly
financial
appreciate
person.
it.
As a
That's
financial-
excellent.
Oh,
Excellent
thank
observation.
you. And
but
then before I leave, I just want everybody to know that I'm also in pregnancy management. It's one of
Yes,
my
yes, yes,
majors. So I'm there to help women
yeah.
who want to have healthy babies and everything else. We here, we are a source removal institution, and we treat people holistically, and we want you to live healthier and your child to live healthier. So on
And
that note,
yes, ma'am.
Brother Rashid
Yeah,
and
I just want to
Brother
say one more thing. One more
Brother
thing. Please,
Abdul,
please send me.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you for your
Please.
compliment.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that's just
yeah,
wonderful to
yeah.
to
Yeah,
to
please.
get people to get the message. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yeah. And please
Okay.
send me a copy of this recording so I can send it out to every single person I know. All
Well,
right. All
you
we
certainly
right.
will. We'll take care of that.
There
we
you go.
call it life
Alaikum
skill.
salam.
Thank you, brother. So, Brother
Yes, sir.
Zahid, I will talk to you next week.
Thank
Everybody,
you.
Yvette, everybody else, and have a good rest of the evening.
Thank you, Miss Rita. Thank you so very much. You have a good evening. We'll
Thank
share
you.
Miss Rita information, people. We see her information. She specializes in pregnancy management. She's a certified symptometry health coach and in the doctorate program at the American School of Symptometry to be a SD, symptometry doctor. This is absolutely amazing that remove the source of every disease, brothers and sisters. Will be able to remove the source of every disease. Every disease has a source. Something caused it, something produced it. And herbs and drug will not remove the source. Those same item that you would use will become inert substance that will make matters worse. That's what happens. So we're sharing her information. You see her email at info@pregnancymadeeasy.com. Brothers and sisters, pregnancy management is very, 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 very important in the life of a human being. The food that the person is eating impacts the baby. The enzyme the mother can't produce impacts the baby. The chemical and substance she exposes herself to impacts the baby. If she's taking drugs, smoking marijuana, drinking alcohol, impacts the baby. This is what happens. And when those recessive genes are expressed, we don't know what that person is capable of doing throughout their lifetime. There are dominant genes and there are recessive genes. And when the person have anomalies, diseases, that is the expression of recessive genes coming from their ancestor. There's so much we need to know, brother and sister, and no one is teaching it but one place, the American School of Symptometry. So if you know someone that's getting pregnant or is pregnant, they need to contact symptometry.
Yes.
This is what needs to happen. We need to stop playing around and blaming people for our problems. We have to take full responsibility for the life that we've been given.
Mm.
And our health impacts everything.
Mm.
Our health impacts everything. The human being, what is a human being? It's the intersection between the seen and the unseen, the visible and the invisible. If you ignore the visible, what you see, the invisible is going to be a problem. Your spiritual life is going to be a problem, the unseen. Your mind will be a problem, the unseen. The seen and the unseen working together, brother and sister. This is a human being. You can't ignore what you see. You can't ignore what you can't see. We have to work on both of them.
That's right.
Otherwise, you'll be one-legged. You'll be hip-hopping. What are you going to limping? So you have to know about the unseen part of us.
Yes.
Not just what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Any illusion on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
We take so much for granted, brother and sister. Oh, eat what you want to eat. The baby will be fine. No. The baby can come here as a criminal, mental illness, and everything else. Because those recessive genes will be expressed. You don't know what ancestor gene the baby going to inherit. You don't know.
Nope.
But this is what happens. We have people in our family and nobody know who they are. They leave home one day and come back and they're a monster. And you wonder, well, who is this person?
Is this my son? This my daughter?
Right, this my daughter. You've been asking all these questions. Let's do what we need to do before we had to ask those questions.
Right.
Brother and sister, here's Mrs. Rita information for those who want to know more about pregnancy management. Contact her. Doesn't cost anything to talk with her. Let's stop blaming people. There's a reason for our problem. We're ignoring what we need to be enlightened upon. You see her number there, 469-609-0368. And her website, pregnancy management, pregnancymadeeasy.com. And don't pretend like we know this information, brothers and sisters. No, we don't. We already know you don't know the information. We don't even know how a baby come into existence. And what our role is, the father and the mother. We have roles to play before the baby is even conceived. There's a lot we can say about that, but we wanted to share Miss Rita information. And pregnancy management is so very, very important. And I hope we got the message. I didn't mean to get carried away. But
no, it's okay. Yeah.
We have to get carried away. We have to get it animated sometime.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So we thank you for joining us, Miss Yvette.
Thank you for having me.
I know I chose the topic, the anesthesia and the cancer risk, the cancer connection with anesthesia, but you're free to talk about any other topic if you want to.
Sure. That one is good there. Let's pull it up here and take a look. Okay, anesthesia and the cancer risk. Is that it?
That's the one.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up the headliner so people can see what we'll be discussing.
Yes. Yes. Anesthesia. Anesthesia.
Another subject people take for granted.
Yes, yes. Yes, but symptometry is here for prevention.
Yeah, well, you don't have to have that surgery.
to get anesthesia,
Oh.
This is why we're here today, to enlighten you on ways to stay out the hospital,
Yes.
to stay from their drugs as much as possible, especially anesthesia.
Absolutely.
And because we don't know much about our own health, we, put our life at risk because we put it in others' hands. Let me repeat that. We put our life at risk when we put our health in other people's hands.
Absolutely.
Because now we have to deal with their drugs and side effects introduced to our precious temple.
Yes.
Okay, so we're here to prevent this. But some of us can't, me, myself, and I would like to tell you my story. Under anesthesia in my life before I met symptometry and before I knew more about what health is and how to maintain it. Okay, so yeah. So when I was a little younger, I had, my last child. He was about 2 months old, 2 months old. And all of a sudden, I just started throwing up, just throwing up. I'm like, why am I continuing to throw up? I didn't know what was going on. It was scary because I couldn't stop throwing up. So it was just me and my son there at that time. And I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? So finally, I got some relief, of it. And I'm like, okay, I just need to calm down, take a deep breath. I got my baby here. He's only 2 months, I don't want to call the ambulance. I have to take my baby with me. What do I do? I was like in a panic. So about an hour passed and here it came again. Start throwing up. I'm like, what is this? So I end up calling my sister, tell her to please come and get my child. I'm going to have to go to the emergency room because I don't know if anyone have ever experienced throwing up just out the blue. Now, this was back in 1998.
Wow.
Okay. So went to the emergency room. They diagnosed me with gallstones. Gallstones. I didn't even know what gallstones was at that time. Like gallstones. What is gallstones? But I know family members have had gallstone surgery before. Okay. I know someone probably in this audience have also had gallstone surgery, or know someone in the family that has had gallstone surgery before. But at that time in 1998, they had just came out with the laser surgery. Okay. My ancestor, like my aunt, they had a big old scar from the top of their stomach all the way around to their like lower back right. Okay. So, I wouldn't say I was lucky, but back then they just started the laser. They just cut a little slit in the top of my stomach and put the little laser down in there. And they said it was a successful surgery. But was it?
Was it? What was left behind?
Right. What was left behind? What was the consequences of removing my gallbladder?
Yes.
When I actually thought they were going in there to get the stones only. So when I came out of the anesthesia, all praises. Okay, I woke up.
Yes.
After learning about anesthesia today, all praises, I woke up. Okay. And I asked them, I'm like, where's the stones? I wanted to see what was causing so much problems, why I kept throwing up. So, but first they told I had to have emergency surgery. So, that scared me. Oh, you're going to get gangrene. You're going to get this and that. It was emergency. Of course, me not knowing anything about health, it terrified me. So
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I had to stay in the hospital overnight to have surgery that morning. That was terrifying, literally. So when I woke up, I asked them, can I see the gallstones that was causing so much, havoc? Because before I went in, I asked them if they can, save them, as a souvenir for me, right? So he showed me these little bitty pebbles, like sand pebbles.
Yes.
That's how little they are. I'm like, those little bitty pebbles was causing all of that havoc, which are inert substances.
Inert substance.
Okay, that's what they
are. That's what they
So
are.
when I, seen them, I was like, it's just, I was always curious about health. So, it make you say, think about that. So, the side effects of gallbladder surgery, though, okay,
Yes.
was that now I have to take bowel salts for the rest of my life because they took my whole gallbladder. I thought it was just the stone, but they took the whole gallbladder. They just lasered it on out. Okay. So, um, also I have potassium problems.
Yes.
Holding my potassium. Okay. So it's never a successful surgery.
Never.
It's never a successful. So yes, I'm alive. I'm happy. I'll take bowel salts for the rest of my life from symptometry because those who have gallbladder surgeries and are not taking bowel salts are causing more blockages in your body because bile is supposed to, hold the gallbladder is supposed to hold the bile, the fat in your body. So if you had gallbladder surgery and you find yourself gaining weight, you need bowel salts in your body. Okay. So contact me if you ever had gallbladder surgery. Okay. So we can correct the problem, continue to pretend like the bowel is there with the bowel salts. Okay, so it's wonderful that symptometry has this for us, or those who have had gallbladder surgery. Okay, so but as far as the anesthesia, I'm really grateful that I'm alive, that I'm here, that none of these effects have affected me. Um, as far as the anesthesia that I know of. Time is still going, but I am ionizing myself every day. I am doing maintenance every day. Okay, to prevent any mishaps from any surgeries. And that's for everyone. If you ever had surgery, come to symptometry and do maintenance and upkeep. So you will not have the side effects later on in life. This also happened to our founder. He tell his story, how he underwent a 6-hour surgery on his wrist in 1989. Okay, he went under anesthesia. His right leg started bothering him in 2020.
Yes.
And what happened? He had a side effect from the anesthesia.
The anesthesia.
Because shortly thereafter, he was diagnosed with basal cell carcinoma in his right leg. Anesthesia is a carcinogen.
Yes, causes cancer.
It's a carcinogen. Listen to that word, carcinogen. Causes cancer. Okay? And we can't sue the hospital. Like, come on. If they went through protocol, we're doomed.
Right.
And that's what they do. They go through protocol so they can protect themselves. Anesthesia makes mistakes every day. That's why I give all praises that I woke up.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Because these carcinogens that's in these anesthesias, that's in pharmaceuticals, it's just something that we do not want in our bodies if we don't have to. I mean, 3 days is the most that our cells can tolerate pharmaceutical drugs. 3 days. So imagine those who take it for 30 years, 25 years, because they have high blood pressure, trying to control it. So staying healthy is not easy, but it's feasible. You can do it if that's what you would like to do. Stay healthy. This is why we're all here today, to learn how we can stay healthy, how we can live our lives to our best ability and do good in the world. We all want to do good in the world. We all want to leave this earth to say, we did something good. We left something to our generation, not money. Money, what they gonna do with money? Probably cause problems. More money, more problems. But we're teaching them knowledge. We're teaching them health. We're teaching them, and we're giving them information. That's what you want to leave your loved ones when you pass. Knowledge that we've learned from our ancestors. Now you're passing it on so they can live a better life. So this is why we're here teaching you scientific eating and living. We're starting something that no one is doing. Let me repeat that. We are starting something no one is doing. No one has scientific knowledge on your health. Who's teaching health? Who?
No one. But the American School of Symptometry.
So I ran there because I was always curious. Ran there because, all these people catching cancer left and right. It's getting close to home, closer and closer.
Yes.
So I needed the knowledge for prevention. For prevention. And now that we know, those of you who have been coming here and those of you who are new, keep coming back. Keep coming back every week for new knowledge, new scientific knowledge that's proven. What other therapeutic out there said that we got proven knowledge that can help your health? The American School of Symptometry does. Because they know what we are made of. They're the only therapeutic that specialize in cell health, gene health, chromosomal health, circulation health. This is symptometric science. Not all that other rocket science. This is symptometric science. This is what we teach. Genes, DNA, cells, chromosomes, circulation.
Circulation is everything.
Without circulation, you are in trouble. Everything stops. If our blood is not moving at the speed of light, you're gonna have problems sooner or later. And us Symptometry health coaches here, grab one.
I know that's right.
Get the knowledge quick. Because people are leaving this world early. We don't have to.
And fast.
The minute you're diagnosed with cancer, you're gone within that month, maybe 2 months. Why? Because you didn't have the knowledge to prevent it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have the knowledge to prevent cancer. People have smoked all their lives. Do you know that we have maintenance, source removal particulates that will remove soot and stuff from your lungs? We have the particulates to remove soot from your lungs, sludge from your lungs. That's maintenance. That's upkeep. So if you have smoked before, it's best to get that. So you can do preventive. Start cleaning your lungs now. Start getting help for your lungs now if you are a smoker. If you're being introduced to symptometry now and you have smoked in the past, start cleaning the soot and sludge from your lungs from the smoke for 30, 20, 10, 5 years that you have been doing it. Do preventive now. So when you get older, when your body is more vulnerable because you didn't do the upkeep, you won't get cancer because you're doing upkeep now. Like, oh, I heard on the show, this symptometry health coach was saying, you guys remove soot and sludge from your lungs if you've been smoking. Yes.
Even secondhand smoke.
Yes.
Secondhand smoke.
Yes.
Well, you didn't smoke, but you breathe other people's smoke.
Right. Your work environment.
Yes.
Could be smoking. Have chemicals, you deal with chemicals in your work environment. Not just smoking, you're removing soot and sludge from everything that we breathe, that we inhale in our lives. But if you was a smoker, that gives you more, okay, I need to do it because I definitely was a smoker.
Yes.
On top of where you work at or what's outside, you ever smelt the air was terrible? That air is getting in your lungs. We got to remove that soot from your lungs. Let's remove it. So these days, thanks to symptometry, a person who does not want to have cancer do not have to have cancer and still have surgery to prevent cancer. If you don't want to have surgery to prevent cancer or them to cut cancer out of your body, because you cannot. I'm sorry. You cannot cut cancer out of your body. Cancer starts in a certain area, but it can spread. We have maintenance particulates, repair particulates that can repair the organs that cancer damages. We can stop the cancer in its tracks by doing maintenance and upkeep throughout our lives. That's it. If someone gets diagnosed with cancer, you can go ahead and do their treatment, which works for some people. But those who it don't work for, come let us clean your cells out. Come let us clean your body out, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, your gallbladder. We clean the invisible side of us. We keep that upkeep maintenance. Whenever you eat something, we need to take the maintenance reversal, the upkeep reversal. Because food is a double-edged sword. And so is water, so is beverages. You got to know how to use it scientifically to make sure your body is well maintained. And now we can make sure of that. This is amazing. We can make sure that our body has an upkeep and a maintenance every day.
Every day.
By taking Hovnanian products. All natural. Literally. Scientific products. That has been around for many years. We just didn't know nothing about it. but we now have another therapeutic on the scene.
Absolutely.
You can keep your therapeutic if you like, but if something isn't working, come to us so we can get you at the cellular level where diseases begin because the cells wasn't properly nourished. They couldn't get it from food. So we need to come to symptometry and get our micronutrients.
Absolutely.
For our symptoms before they turn into a disease. Symptoms is a tail sign to say, hey, hello. I'm here. You know,
you need to do something.
Can you hear me down here? I'm starving. I'm not getting oxygen. Help.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you a symptom. That's what symptoms are. I didn't know that. Now I do. I know why symptoms occur. I know why it's happening. It's calling out to me, telling me something is wrong. And I'm going to address that symptom before it turns into something serious. That's going to take longer. We now have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need to fear health anymore. No need to fear sickness, diseases, surgeries. This is amazing.
Absolutely amazing. No need.
Why aren't we jumping up and down, doing jumping jacks? We are here.
Absolutely.
Symptometry is here. We now have it. We have all type of doctors. Now we also have symptometry. Thanks to symptometry, we have a chance in life. We can prolong our life.
The only therapeutic that focuses on the needs of the cell, what the cell needs.
Yes.
Only one.
Yes. 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 And try to stay away from anesthesia, you guys. We can do it. Absolutely. We can do it with knowledge and products that remove the source of any symptom. And we enlighten you on what caused it and enlighten you or tell you how to remove it and don't bring it back into your life.
Exactly.
Into your digestive system. We tell you what happened. What therapeutic tells you that? They just treat you. They don't tell you, well, when was the last time you ate this or when was the last time you ate that? You know, you should only eat that once a month. Once that every 2 weeks. Don't eat that every day. No one should eat one thing every day. Never. Because you don't know what type of poison is in that food or product. Don't put product on your skin every day. Our skin needs to breathe.
Absolutely.
Don't cover it up and smother it where it can't breathe with chemicals. All these perfumes and colognes and come on. We have
all
a natural
of them have
scent.
preservatives. Ms. Yvette,
Yes.
all of them have preservatives.
Yes. Yes. Health has a natural scent.
Yes.
Natural. You're healthy. You don't need deodorant. Deodorant has chemicals too. You know, you're putting chemicals under your arm. That's scientific living. You're putting chemicals under your arm every day, year after year after year. You wonder why you got this lump in your breast. 10 years from now. What did I do? Oh, maybe I was using deodorant with aluminum in it for many years. So we have to watch what goes in our mouth and we have to watch what goes on our skin. And we have to stay away from extra chemicals in our body by doing maintenance and upkeep.
Daily.
Every day. Every day. Daily.
Let's see if we have anybody with a question. You know, we have about 15 minutes left into the program, maybe 10 minutes. Anyone have any question? I saw somebody light up there a moment.
Light up.
Right. Maybe they have a question for us.
Got some questions. Do anybody know anybody that had gallbladder surgery? Is it a family member?
Anyone that have surgery at all,
Or
any
yourself?
kind of surgery, and went under anesthesia.
Yes.
This is what you want to know, how to remove that from the blood, because it just doesn't disappear, brother and sister. Once you go under anesthesia, even from the dentist, that anesthesia that was used will circulate in your blood forever unless you force it out.
Mm-hmm.
These are inert substances that will get into our blood and they won't go anywhere. They become sediments in our blood. And we have to know this so we can remove them. Symptometry have what it takes, particulates, to remove them.
Yes. And thank your lucky stars you woke up from any anesthesia.
Absolutely. Many people don't wake up.
Nope. Not at all.
People are allergic to the anesthesia and they don't even know it.
I have a question.
Assalamu alaikum.
We have some, walaikum salam, Mr. Amina. Someone just came in just a hair before you and they have a question. Then we'll take you. The first person who responded. Go ahead with your question, the first person that responded.
Oh, okay. The question I had, is that the same thing too as if you have Novocaine?
Yes, same thing. When you go under the knife and they deaden the body anywhere, so they can have surgery, so you don't feel the pain. And some of the gases that they use, or it could be a chemical that they use. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the inert
All
substance.
chemicals. Yeah.
And it deadens the nerve. That's what it does. It deadens the nerve. Well, your nerve can stay dead after you wake up. You can have problems.
Wow.
Because they're inert substances. That means they get into our blood and they won't move. And they will impede circulation. Circulation, when it comes to our health, is everything. If the cells do not receive oxygenated blood, you're going to have a problem on that part of the body. Cell will not have what they need.
Okay.
So symptometry has particulate subatomic particles that will ionize and break the bond, the covalent bond or the ionic bonds on those chemicals. So they'll be released from the body. Without that happening, those chemicals will circulate into the person's blood forever, causing all kind of havoc. And you go to the doctor, and the doctor will not have a clue of what's happening to you. They don't study the source of the disease. They study symptoms.
Yes.
Right.
And they don't do too good a job at that. They treat symptoms. Rather. That's a better way to say it. They treat them.
Right. They don't do a good job at that.
Absolutely. Then they leave the problem still stuck in you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they remove the problem, the source removal. Every disease has a source. Something caused it, and you need to remove it.
Yes. And the dentist is a big one. Thank you for that question. The dentist is a big one. Every time you go to the dentist, you're getting numbed up. Those are chemicals. And so
you get an x-ray, Miss Yvette, you get an x-ray.
Yes, that too.
Sometimes you can remove the effects of the x-ray.
Yeah. And the Novocaine.
And anesthesia. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, no wonder. So maybe so basically, I've been going to the dentist quite a bit these last couple of months. And this last time I went, I actually got sick. And I was like,
Need to ionize, come to symptometry.
Oh, yeah.
Contact Dr. Nardi. Let him know. Whenever you go ready to go to the dentist, you let your doctor symptometry know. You can give you something even before you go to the dentist to neutralize these things. So you're prepared already.
All right. I'm glad I brought that up. All right. Thank you.
Excellent. And it probably helped somebody else too this September. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you. Great question.
We have to look out for each other. We all not experience the same thing, but it could be something that will impact somebody that you know. That's why we ask people to ask questions.
Yes.
We see another hand. Sister Deprita, go ahead and ask your question or make your comment. Thank you for joining us today. Assalamu alaikum.
Amina?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sister Amina, go ahead.
Now they come.
You be next, Sister Depreta. You be next. Well, like I said, Sister Amina,
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, what I wanted to ask is about and it's like the caller before me is like was reading my mind, because I'm presently having work done on my teeth.
Yes.
And you know, it's becoming an issue to where I have to change dentists because they haven't given me what I wanted, you know, what I asked for after doing all the x-rays and the scans and doing the, you know, the assessment of what I need. But I just wanted to ask, you know, this latest article that Dr. Nartey has on how to stay healthy,
Yes.
and this area about talking about the mouth, dental problems, gum issues, and oral health problems require macronutrients.
Yes.
Such as calcium, iodine, fluoride, and chlorine, as well as micronutrients that can only be supplied by specific Hahnemannian products. Could you elaborate on that? And then this whole issue with the eyes, because these are two things that I'm currently in the process of dealing with. You know, where they're you know, I'm refusing the fact that, you know, they keep saying, well, my doctor, eye doctor, my optometrist, keeps trying to push surgery, so I'm changing eye doctors as well, because I told them from the beginning, nobody's cutting on my eyes. And I was looking at this article also about the eyes, where Dr. Nartey says our eyes are our windows to the world.
Absolutely.
They affirm our independence in navigating this planet. So you know, the part where it says there are no macronutrients for the eyes, only micronutrients. So how can I apply that to my situation that I'm presently in the process of seeing about? Because I want to get the best, but I probably need some particulates for that, and
that's how you get the
my dental.
That's how you get the.
So I need to, you know, ask that, and those are the two questions I had, and I'll hang up and listen. Thank you. Salaam alaikum.
Assalam. Thank you so very much. Yeah, the micronutrients come from the particulates. They are the one for your eyes. Here's what sometimes you have discovered. Once you cook and mix food, the nutrients have disappeared to take care of our bones, to take care of our skin, to take care of our hair, to take care of our eyes. They have disappeared. They use chromatography machine to access or to analyze the nutrients that left behind after cooking food. And there aren't any left. So what are we to do? What is food for then, if it don't have the nutrients? Food has energy molecule to give us sustainable energy, no more, no less. And they all come with poison and toxin, alkaloids, and all the other things that we have to remove. In that same article, Sister Amina, Dr. Nartey spoke about the mouth is the gateway to the entire body. What are you putting in your mouth? What are we eating? What are we drinking? If you want to take good care of your eyes, avoid eating fruits, any fruits at all. They will affect the chromosome. They affect the amino acids that make up DNA. This is what we have to know. And we have to use subatomic particles, those same particulates, to remove the concretion, the calcification, the blockage. When we go to the dentist is going to, you have an oral surgery, the dentist is going to be using something for the pain relief, so you don't feel the pain. you have to ionize the inert substance in that anesthesia. You have to remove it. Even when you have x-ray done over time, you have to come to symptometry, use subatomic particle to ionize the effects of the x-ray, of the radiation. It will compromise DNA, compromise the cell, and cause other problems. These are the things that we have to do. So you come to symptometry, you inform the doctor of symptometry, what are you going through with? What procedure you're going to have at the dentist? And then he will give you the subatomic particle, particular to protect yourself. This is how it's done. So we now have alternative. We have ways to protect ourselves. We have ways to remove these chemicals and anesthesia, the effects of them. Many of them are carcinogen. They cause cancer. There's a connection. So I hope that answers your question, Sister Amina. So, Sister DePreta, we have about one more question we can answer, can address today.
Yes,
sir. You yourself.
Thank you so kindly.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir, Dr. Shahid. And
could you speak up a little louder or into the mic?
I apologize. Yes, I want to thank you so kindly for taking my call, and I certainly do continue to appreciate you and your the assistant there, the young lady that's speaking.
Coach Yvette, thank you. Yes.
Yes, Coach Yvette.
Yes, we do. I appreciate that information that you all are giving to us. I wanted to ask a question about skin tags. What are they, and is there in it? How do they come about? If you know what the skin tags, you can get them on your back and or on your face or something like that. I never seen them on the face, but I do know that you can get them on your back. On your back or something like that.
Yes. They really can appear anywhere.
Yes. Yes. So skin
back.
Yes. Yes. So skin tags are similar to moles.
Yes.
Okay. And moles are, basically sludge.
Yeah, dirt. That's all it is. Sludge.
Dirt. Right, that hasn't been removed. So you have sludge when you start getting these 10 skin tags. You have to clean your circulatory system.
Yes.
You have to clean that.
The lymphatic system as well.
Okay. So you have a lot of substance in your circulatory system. Okay. So yeah, they're just like moles.
Is it here to have them to remove them or open them up?
As we talked about today, surgery, we would kind of like want to prevent that if possible, because they'll just come right back because you're not getting to the source why you're getting them. This is what we do. We get to the source of why they keep coming, why these symptoms are coming on your body. So yes, you can get surgery, but it may come back.
Right. You can have them ionized. That's what symptometry would do. Remove the source, remove the sludge, the sedimentary sludge that's in the skin, that's in the lymphatic vessels. They have to be removed.
That wouldn't have anything.
That's what we do.
It wouldn't have anything to do with like putting the oils on your skin, like
that would
possibly. Remember, I was telling you earlier.
Coconut oil.
About our skin needs to breathe. We don't need all these chemicals and substance on our skin. We weren't made to cover it up. We're made to breathe. We're humans.
And so it's not a real good thing to use olive oil in your skin?
Unless it's necessary.
Coconut oil, none of these oils. Our skin produces their own oil. The skin cell would do everything for us if we take care of it. That's why we are here.
Yes, but canola oil is good for the skin, and so is Vaseline.
Yes.
Okay, but we don't want to cover it every day. We just want to, lightly put it on our hands, Vaseline, rub it together, and, just get the little ashes around the ankles and the heels, of your feet and elbows and, and things like that. That's all we need. We don't need a whole drench full of lotions and stuff all over our bodies.
And I didn't even know, you said canola oil. Did you say canola oil?
Yes, sometimes canola oil can be used for skins, for diaper rashes. Okay, it's good for canola oil. Yes.
Until you start taking care of your skin. And the
Mhm.
skin cell will take care of itself naturally once you do what you need to do by removing the sludge.
First, you got to clean it out and remove the sludge. Exactly.
And then you need to drink it
how
right.
about shea butter? How about shea butter?
No shea butter. I'm sorry.
No shea butter. Saturated fat.
I beg the difference. I beg the difference. You got to use what works for you. I beg the difference.
We're just letting you know that it has
What the
saturated
science
fat.
say,
You can
that's
still
all we
use
doing.
it.
We express
Yeah,
it
you
what
can
the
use
science
it, but the
says.
science says that shea butter has a lot of saturated fat. That's
Fat.
all.
Yes.
Okay, but we
Okay.
never tell people what to do. We just give them info.
So you
Okay,
take
that's it.
something to remove this sludge. You have to ingest something to remove.
You have to use the subatomic particle. They're called particulates.
Yes, the maintenance.
Comes to
Yes,
have
the
that
upkeep,
remove
the repair.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ma'am, assalamu alaikum. I have
It's
to be
7
off at
p.m.
7:30. Yes, I have to
we're
go
gonna
up
have
at
to go.
7:30.
And we thank everybody for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
We're going to just go ahead and make our exit now because we ran flat out of time. Thank you. We apologize for the overstay. Thank you. And I'm going to see if I can change the host. Okay, Sister DePreta already the co-host, so we can just make our exit. Thank you so very much. We greet everybody with the greeting of peace. Salam alaikum. Thank you, Miss Yvette.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وصلاة الله وسلامه ورحمته وبركاته على صفوة الخلق سيدنا محمد وعلى أهله طاهرين وعلى أصحابه أجمعين ورحمة الله ومغفرته على تابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان اليوم الدين والسلام على إمام ورث الدين والسلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنسهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون. We seek refuge in Allah from Shaitan the accursed. We begin with the name of Allah, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. We praise him and we seek his aid. And we humbly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish his prayers, peace, mercy, and blessings upon his noble messenger, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And we humbly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish the same prayers, the same peace, the same mercy and blessings upon all of his family members who follow him in purification. And we humbly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish the very same prayers, peace, mercy, and blessings upon all of his illustrious companions together. We ask the forgiveness of Allah and mercy upon the followers and upon their followers in excellence to the day of judgment. And we humbly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to establish his mercy and peace upon Imam Dr. Warathuddin Muhammad, as we ask Allah to establish peace amongst ourselves and the righteous servants of Allah, no matter where we may be, no matter where we may be from, and to all of that, we say Ameen. I openly bear witness that there is absolutely none worthy of worship or praise except Allah, who is unique without any associate whatsoever. And I bear witness that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. Allah calls our attention in the Quran and he declares, O ye who believe, Be mindful of Allah and fear Him with a rational fear, and let every person consider what they put out for tomorrow. And be mindful of Allah, fearing Him rationally, for surely He is aware of everything that you do. We want to greet all of you with the traditional greetings of peace, the greetings of the angels, the greetings of paradise, of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We want to welcome you to tonight's edition of Ma'iyya ala al-Kulli Hal. I'm your host, Imam Abdul Aziz. We're broadcasting live via Zoom on American Muslim 360, America's #1 Islamic broadcast station. And we are so happy to be with you this evening. We pray Allah that all of you are well. We have a special guest with us this evening. I think a couple of special guests with us this evening. And we want to bring her right on because I know she's got a lot of other things that she's doing. One of my dear friends, one of my sisters, and this is not only as an individual, but personally, but also in terms of our community life, doing everything to do her best to be a service to our community. And so without any further ado, I want to bring on Sister Joan Najiullah and give you the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum, dear sister. I think you got to take yourself off of mute.
My dear brother, walaikum assalam. And to everyone else on the Zoom, I send the peace and greetings. I just want to say that I am looking forward to more sessions. I mainly came on for bringing awareness to what's going on in Sudan and maybe talking about the issues that we start a movement where other people talk about the devastation and the inhumane conditions that's going on. I work as special event coordinator for Muslim Journal, and I'm running a Time to Be Grateful and a telethon this weekend, but I'm not here to talk about that. I can only be on to 7:30, but I like to get a discussion. I invited several people, and there was supposed to be a person that was going to talk specifically to the topic, but I have my dear associate sister, Quadria Sakul, who brought this to my attention. She, it was on her heart in the middle of the night. She sent it out to me. It became a group effort of sisters, and we all just want to have this discussion, to be aware and see what movement we can do to get it going. And if you want to introduce Sister Quadria Sakul and see what was her ideas about this, you can, she's on as well.
Well, she can unmute herself. And we want to extend the greetings to her. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear sister. I seen you up there, and I was thankful to Allah that you were up there, because when I saw you, then I finally knew that Joan was going to be on. But I saw you, and I said, wait a minute, that's Sister Khadija. And I said, wait a minute. Oh, okay, alhamdulillah. They did follow up, because we mentioned that to you Friday, that today would be a good time to just get the conversation started. And yes. So without any further, Sister Quadria, please introduce yourself and tell us what was the inspiration.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The inspiration is, it has always been there, but because of the continuing, and I understand, you know, the devastation that's going on throughout the world. And first I want to say prayers go to each and every Muslim and believer anywhere in the world that are being oppressed, who are going through tragedy. But my main focus now is realizing that, not trying to be prejudiced, but anyone of color, the reason why is because when it comes to African descent or people of color, we never, ever get the support that we need. And sometimes you have to do it ourselves. When Black Lives Matter, everybody hit the street, black, white, orange, yellow.
I just believe that we need to make this aware because Sudan is a is a poor country, but the soil is rich. I had a daycare years ago. I had a school and I named it Sudan School because I knew the soil was rich. So educating children, what better is to put the seeds into the soil and watch it grow. So moving forward, just seeing it keep coming. When I close my eyes, I see the devastation of Sudan all over the world, of course, but I just think it's our responsibility, if nothing else, to just make the awareness. Now, I don't know exactly how to go about it. Like Joan said, I just sent it out to everybody. I've been talking to people, but that's conversation. We know the 3 ways that Allah said you can change things. We know right now, what can we do besides our duar to make it more publicly known, to get it in the media? Because to me, if you just do sound bites and show it over and over and over again, people are not seeing the devastation. They're just, they're seeing it, but it's not penetrating. So I just would like to know how we can get it to penetrate in people's hearts and minds. And the law says in the Quran, it may just be a band of us. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot of people. So that's where I am. That's what made me just say, it's time to do something more than what I was already doing. Like, even, do we contact the UN? Like, where's the embassy? Do they have an embassy here? Who can we get in contact on the ground there so we know exactly what's happening? I get footage here, footage there, but who is actually going on, or do we know anyone that we can have communication with directly in Sudan? So I'll stop there.
Well, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, may Allah bless your heart for even having the thought of addressing an issue such as the conflict and crisis in the Sudan. We also have the Congo. We have, various parts of Somalia.
Yes.
And then we have, the conflicts even in Haiti. We have some issues that are present. Angola is a big issue, and there are several regions in Africa where there is an orchestration of a crisis. The orchestration comes from outside sources, and a lot of these conflicts that you hear about, and they call them civil wars, but they're not. They're orchestrated by those people that want to rape the resources of that particular country.
Correct.
And so they pit one group against the other. And while they're fighting, they're continuously taking the resources out of the country. And so they're moving millions of people to different parts of Africa for humanitarian aid, and this aid is not getting to them. But meanwhile, they're clearing the country so that they can continue raping its soil. The soil is rich, like you said. And the awareness or the coverage that it should get, it's not getting. And you hear about what's happening in Palestine and in the Ukraine. Palestine, a lot of people don't know that Gaza has oil in Gaza that they haven't broke ground on, but they know it's there. Okay, and it's something like 5 trillion, 5 trillion pounds of it, if you will. And they know they have it. They have access to it. And once they have access to it, they'll be able to take the resources. Once they got all the people out of Gaza. In Gaza, they have all of this resource there. There are various parts of Africa in which, if we go back and look, we'll look at the natural resource of say, Sudan. And you'll find out that they have things that deal primarily with stuff that enrich other countries. In Angola alone, it's the copper mines. The copper mines, the people were not able to benefit from. Some outsider came in and bought their copper mines, and before they even paid for it, they already made money off of it. And so we look at what's happening in these countries, in these regions, and we have to know the time. We have to know the time, sis. So you're bringing about a conversation that we should have already been on top of. We should have been feeling something about. And we're not concerned about, how many people didn't check for us. You got to remember, we're a new mind. And the new mind is a mind that's going to reconcile the needs wherever it might be. Okay, it's just changing with your hand. If not your hand, then your tongue. And if not your tongue, then within your heart. Now, how many of us are doing at least that? But how are you going to do that if you're not getting any coverage? You don't know what's going on the ground. I know a guy that just came back from the Sudan. I'm going to speak with him.
Oh, alhamdulillah, good.
And I'm going to share the information with you guys.
Okay.
But we have to remember there are other places in Africa. And so the conversation should not only be with the Sudan, but it should be about how these outside forces come in and they cause insurrections in these African countries.
I agree.
If you look at what has happened in the last 2 years, they've brought all of these African brothers here between the ages of 30 and, between the ages of 25 and 40. Okay? They didn't bring any African women over here. They shipped all of these African men from Guinea, from Ghana, from Senegal, from all of these different places, thousands of them. And some of them are here in New York. Right now, the large Sudanese community is in Massachusetts, okay? Large Sudanese community, large Somalian community. And they have this huge region of Sudanese individuals who are in various other states. They're more than you can imagine. Okay.
Imam Aziz, Sister Aisha Mustafa from the Muslim Journal says there's a large contingency in Mississippi, and she said that they do have a paper called the Al Jazeera that have been writing some stories.
Well, so Joan, what I want you to do, Joan, is I want you to make a note that this is not the only time that we're going to have this conversation. We're bringing it about this evening so that we can put together an action plan and then come back and see what we did from week to week, from month to month, like that.
Alhamdulillah.
And so therefore, our eyes will be on top of this thing. And we know
is there anybody else that have any input about this?
I'm sure they do. There's other listeners that call in, I'm sure. And while we're having this conversation, they're already looking into it. And so we'll be hearing from them also. But I want to thank both of you because there's so much to unpack. But the main thing that we need to unpack this evening is that we want to do something about it.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Is this, I want to take it on such a level, like you have people who are a strategist. They just know because I'm a communication major and I know it takes a certain amount of thing. If someone says something high, hit your brain and it holds for you. I want to get it to where they can't help but dissolve. They may walk away from it. So is there professionals and experts that this is what they do? They go in and it's like a psychological thing where we can wrap your mind around it as well as just seeing it. Because once you see the image, that's one thing. But it's certain words or whatever that would hit you. I want to hit it from all type of level, getting it out there on the media, but experts that say this is how we do a marketing, like a campaign. We just continue until everybody buy into it, like they buy into Gaza, and not only, like you said, not only Sudan, but other places as well. So do we know any people like that who are psychologists, sociologists that tell you this is how you go about it? They study a certain area and they market that particular idea that they want to get out and they want to sell.
Let me just tell you this. The key interest of countries like China, America, Russia, these type of France, these countries, the G7, just say the G7, all of those countries that are involved with the G7. Whenever you hear about a region where there is some problems arising, whether it's political, and it's the beginning of a civil war, whether they want somebody in office that's going to work with them or so on and so forth, you'll notice that they have something in that country that the other countries are interested in.
Okay.
And so what happens as a result, if the political party that's in place, they don't seem to like them, they put plants in the country to cause insurrections.
Right.
So this is where they come up with this civil war and about these militia groups and all of these militia groups are militia groups that have actually been armed and financed by America, by
I heard that.
by other countries that have a vested interest in where this country is going. Burkina Faso happens to be one of the leading countries right now that have shut the door on French colonization.
Yep.
And they closed the embassy. They got all of the people out of there. They were digging and all of that. They stopped all of that. They don't have any control over their banks anymore or any of that. They got them out of there. But Burkina Faso is not the only country in Africa that has done that. Several other countries have done that. Why? Because they realize that Africa really don't need nobody.
That's right. That's right.
So the resources that they have, they want the people to benefit from the resources now.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so what they did was they strengthened their infrastructure. They're able to produce more. They've done all of this in a short period of time.
Yes.
So now working together with a common cause. Now they're going to put somebody in there. They tried to assassinate him over 20 times.
Yes, they did.
They put people in there, and these people have went in and tried to do whatever they can do. Since 1963, 23 African presidents have been assassinated. And so when you look at these numbers, you look at, well, why is there so many assassinations of these African presidents? Because they want complete control of not only their resources, but they want to control the narrative. And when they want to control the narrative, they tell you it's a self-inflicted thing. This is a domestic thing. This is a thing that's been going on with their own people, their own militias. That's not the truth. The truth is that you're in there and you're digging and you're taking the resources out and you're getting all of these things that benefit your country, so your economy continue to rise. Whereas you keep these people that the stuff really belongs to, you keep them in shackles. And you blame the Africans for it. You say they're fighting amongst themselves, when in reality it's not that. You go in and you put an influence in there. And you're paying people to do certain things. And this has been the role of America for a long time.
Yeah, forever. From day one.
And so when we start talking about that, this is not an easy conversation, but it's one that, should the right people get the message, that would affect some level of change. Because despite what they're doing underhandedly, in the open, they're still claiming that democracy is working and that the political party this and political party that. What's happening is there is another thing that's going on, and that's this: to take and look at someone that looks just like you and say that you guys are not the same. So they isolate us by doing what? Your tribe is different from mine. Okay, you'll hear the Sudanese Christians are being violated. Right? And you hear about stuff like that. When in reality, this is the narrative that they want you to focus on instead of focusing on what the real problem is. The real problem is them taking the resources out of
resources. Right. Okay. All right. So
we got to get together. We have to get together. I want to see if you guys have any more comments that you want to make. But we want to make it clear this evening that this is a conversation on the show entitled Ma'iyya ala kulli hal, which is togetherness under all circumstances. That's the name of this show.
Okay.
And so the circumstance surrounding our situation is that there needs to be some noise made. We need to shake a tree or two to see what falls out. There is some things that we can do.
Okay.
There are some things that we can do. And if we just let it stay like that, then it's going to stay like that. You have some people that will tell me and you that we can only do but so much. Well, guess what? Tonight I'm asking you that if you feel like that, well, give us the so much. Let me see the so much, and I'll take that. But your so much is better than nothing that we've been getting.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
You see? And so however you wanna explain it, know for sure that if we do nothing, nothing's gonna happen. But if we do something, something's gonna happen.
Alhamdulillah. Well, you talking to that brother that came back from Sudan, that's a start. I mean, because he actually had his boots on the ground, you know.
Right, and he stayed there for about a month. He's been back. I think he's been back about a week now.
Okay.
And you got to remember, they can travel to and fro, but there's certain regions in the Sudan where there's major conflict.
Right.
That is just, you know, it's just like you going to Chicago, and there's one area in Chicago where they're ice skating and doing all this other type of stuff, and it's well lit, and it's people are having a good time. And then there's another part of Chicago where there's no lights in the neighborhood at all.
Got it.
See what I'm saying? There's no lights in the neighborhood. It's abandoned buildings. There's a bunch of lots that are there, and people are running around at night, going through some stuff.
Okay.
But this is still Chicago. It's still Chicago.
Right. I got it.
And so it's easier for him to go and travel there and be in one of those areas that there's no conflict, whereby there's still stuff going on there. You see, just like people going back and forth to Palestine. They go back and forth to Palestine. They're just not in the area where the conflict is.
Right.
Let me change that with regards to Palestine. They're not in the area where their interest is. Okay. And so they don't go to that area. So that area is, you know, off limits for travelers, visitors, because that's their bread and meat. They're focusing on that. Okay. And so we have to be ahead of them by at least knowing the steps they're taking. Shaitan ain't doing nothing new, sis.
Agree. Got you. So the next time we get together, it'll be agenda, because do you think, I mean, even like, we know how the politics are, but calling your senator, your congressman, and just expressing where your tax dollars are going. At this point, we know it don't mean anything, but just to put it in the universe, just putting it out there and just making them accountable. They don't do nothing. I'm telling you, I don't even want to get into that part. But
listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you where you are, okay? Where you are. I want you to contact or look up whatever state you're in. Look up the contacts for the Muslim Students Association.
Okay.
Those Muslim Students Associations are our Muslim brothers and sisters who are in the universities and the colleges.
Okay.
And you find out what state you're in and how many universities that have a Muslim Students Association, and then they also have a Muslim Women's Students Association also. Usually the colleges have both, okay? And they have different agendas, and then they get together on certain things. We have Fordham University, not too far from the Bronx, where our masjid is. Baruch College, I used to go in there and teach there off and on. Most of my students already graduated, so I'd be starting fresh again, going back down there.
Okay.
They had a Muslim Students Association. Why am I saying something about the Muslim Students Association? Because if you look at some of the greatest movements, they all came from the universities. They all started with the students.
Okay.
They all started with the people that had the energy, who had the book smarts, and they were just, listen, we were saying no. In the United States, you see what has happened during the civil rights. We didn't start getting no real movement until it got into the universities, until it got into the areas where the people of of higher learning were involved. And so we have to be just as wise. Imam Muhammad, may Allah be pleased with him, he encouraged us to go into universities, go in there and talk to the students, man. And whatever we come up with, we want to share that with them. but we want to share that with them on the basis of us having a network of schools around the country that have some concerns.
Okay.
And these concerns are the media coverage, the lack of, okay, or the misinformation that's given. Okay. All of this deserves accountability. Okay. And these are the things that we're talking about as African American men and women here in the United States. There should be no one that is more proficient in their political understanding than us. Why? Because we had a front row seat. Every time they lied to us, every time they played us, every time they gave us the false information, every time we voted somebody in and we got nothing in return. Civil rights, we were the ones that benefited from it the least.
That's true.
So we can turn that around, but we need some young minds. We need some elders there too, because how else are we going to find our way if we don't have people that have had some level of experience with this monster that we're dealing with?
Okay. I'll do that. Inshallah, I'll do that this week. I can't do it tomorrow because I'll be out, but I'll definitely, when we meet back again, I would have communicated with an organization as what you just said, because I've got a couple of colleges around here too.
Let's hear from Sister Joan before she goes.
Did she leave? Because she had to leave at 7:30.
Yeah, well, she still, I can see her.
But knowing her, she's on something that you may see her, but if she's not saying anything, she's maybe in another meeting.
I want to open the floor up for those of us who have been listening to us. If you have any comments that you want to share, you want to make any questions, please feel free. You're listening to Ma'ia Al Kuli Hal. I'm your host, Imam Abdulaziz, and we're broadcasting via Zoom on America's #1 Islamic broadcast station, AM 360. May Allah help us to that. We say Ameen. Okay, so take unmute yourself and introduce yourself, inshallah ta'ala, and so that we could continue this conversation. And you can share your thoughts if you have any questions, inshallah ta'ala. In the meantime, Sister Quadira, what else do you want to say to us this evening?
No, that's it. I just want to hear what other people have to say and just want us to do just what you said. How, and you hit it on the nail, because you have to have that youth, and the education will play a major factor. I'm just saying, I just want to, let's go. Whatever we need to do, let's put our boots on the ground and let's try to make something happen, do the best we can possibly do. And again, not only Sudan, but all the places we must know the importance of who we are and what everybody is after. And once we realize that we are the ones that everything basically come from, we invented everything. Just the importance of who we are. And when when much is given, much is required. We have the opportunity now, those of us that's able to be free to talk, free to talk. We got to put all that together, unify ourselves, mobilize ourselves, and just to make something happen, even if it's a little, because if you give you come toward Allah one time, He come 10. So you just have to put all your effort into and believe that it's going to be a change. And I'm open to hear what anyone else have to say to add to my really, I'm ready for this race that I'm going. It's not a race, but I'm just ready to see some type of change and to get it out in the media.
This is wonderful. I'm glad that you came on this evening. And to be honest with you, sis, timing is everything. Timing is everything. But we have a couple of people that's on here. Let me see. Kareem Hamid. Assalamu alaikum, Kareem. Imam.
Wa alaikum assalam. And I'm grateful for your guest bringing such an important topic. Very important. We have done exposés here on American Muslim 360, showing the devastation that is occurring in Sudan. Yes, we have done that.
I'm glad to hear that.
And I hope we understand the situation. There was an uprising in Sudan. The leader of that country was named Bashar, and he was alleged to be corrupt. I don't know whether he was, I don't know. But there was an uprising against him. The military was active in that uprising for overthrowing him. After having succeeded overthrowing him, the two generals of the army, they were partnering with each other. But now oil was found in South Sudan. Oil was found in South Sudan. And one of the generals is claiming South Sudan as a separate government. Greed has set in. And so the general that was active in the revolution, he said that they did not have the right to separate the country like. And they went to war with the one he was in communication with large petroleum companies. And they told him, we will come and develop. We would actually come and develop that oil production facility. But you first have to clear the land. He didn't mean cut down bushes. He didn't mean chop down trees. Clear it of its people.
Oh, astaghfirullah. What? Oh, okay.
And and there's another country that I think we need to put pressure on that is actually arming the portion of the army that went against the government. They are arming them, and that is the United Arab Emirates.
Yes, the UAE. Yes, okay.
Yes. They are heavily involved in that.
Yes.
But Imam Aziz gave an excellent suggestion to us, echoing the voice of Imam Wafiqi Muhammad.
Yes.
You have to go on the college campuses. That's where the brain power is. And we're fortunate, and Imam Aziz is right, a lot of colleges have a Muslim
association. They do.
And we are Muslims.
Yes.
We can take that concern to them. And the largest movement against what is occurring in Palestine came from off of the college campuses.
Okay.
Off of the college campuses. The war against Vietnam came off of the college campuses, Kent State, and others. So he's so correct. There's the connection that I hope some of us can actually make. And, you just give them the facts.
Well, I know I can, because I'm already at the Muslim Association, the youth here in the county that I live in. So that's going to be, that's I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but that's not a hard thing to do. So
now,
inshallah,
what county is that?
I live in New Jersey. So all the campuses, it's Somerset County. It's really Somerset County, but I live in Warren County. But Somerset County, Middlesex County, I'm in affiliation with those counties, and they have a large Muslim population. So I'll just tag back into it. I just became being more active, but those groups that you're talking about, because I was marching with them and other issues as well. But now this will be the issue that I will present to them. I'll talk to whoever the president of the Muslim Association. The next time we meet back, I will probably have 2 or 3, because I just take 1 or 2 phone calls to link me to who I need to talk to. And inshallah, there you go. We'll just start like that.
Yeah, also the organization CARE.
Oh yeah, CARE. I've been to a few of their meetings.
Right. So you know, it's too big of a job for a small. Yes, it has to be. It starts off small, but we look for allies. We look for like-minded people to help us in the professional way and the intelligent way of approaching this problem.
Right, right. Well, on the ground that where we are, I think what all of us, what we can do, I know I'll do, even the imams, they should, after Juma, every Juma, we should say it too. You know what I mean? People that's sitting there, we should, because they always say, but Imam Aziz, you did a wonderful job. I was there Friday. You mentioned that. We have to mention all. So that's a part too, because once people hear it, because I go up in Easton because I live in Phillipsburg, New Jersey. I don't know if you know where that, but anyway, they always say Gaza, and then they'll say, oh, and other places around the world. But no, I bet you, see, sometimes I just go wherever my business is for that day. That's where I go to Juma. But you better believe every time I go to a Juma, and I go to foreign Jumas, black, all over, I will make sure I speak to the imam and ask them, and not even going, I'm kind of going to like demand it. Like, if I come here and I pay zakat, whether I'm a member here or not, you have an obligation to do this. And you'll see me, I'm pretty kind of high strung when it comes down to fighting, to doing what's right. So we can start right there, anywhere you go, because everybody, that's why Joan got right on it. More people would have been on here, but they had some other things to do. I'm telling everybody about it. And just what I'm saying to you, that's what the brother said to me. He said, when I go to Juma tomorrow, Friday, I'm going to ask the imam, why aren't you saying this? We got to everybody got to be accountable for this. Not only imams, because they have a lot to do, but you have an audience,
Yes, he has a captured audience.
Exactly. So you need to, because like I said, I go to a lot of different because of where I am. I'm a member at one, but even Wafdi Muhammad, even the matches, wherever go, we don't hear that. I'm telling you, they say Gaza, Gaza, Gaza.
A lot of people are not informed, I believe. As you notice, it is not on the mainstream.
It's not
corporate news. No, I listen to a lot of independent news. That's where you really get more facts. So some emails may not be consciously aware because it's not put on their conscience like that. I'm not giving them any excuses, but I'm just saying.
If they're not, well, then it's our responsibility, because we have a responsibility too. If they're not aware, it's for those of us that are to say something, because we're supposed to be protectors of each other, so if they're not saying it, you could be absolutely right. Maybe they aren't, because there's nowhere in the world you're not saying that, and so maybe they don't. And I didn't even think about it like that, brother, but I'm so glad you said that, because I would, like I said, I'm going to make it my business. And then once they are aware of it, then it is their responsibility. And even if they look into it, I don't even know to have like literature around, because I know they have people, most of the foreign masjids, it's always somebody there that's coming giving their spiel about Gaza or about Afghanistan or Yemen. They do that. Well, maybe we can do the same thing. That's one thing we do, go around to different masjids just like they do. And they have people right there. They say, have your credit card, this and that. I don't even know. So it's a lot that we can do. But like Brother Imam said, we just got to get started. And I'm on it.
Also, my sister, there's a devastating crisis that has been going on and is increasing in the Congo.
Yep, exactly. Yep. I'm aware.
Yes, ma'am. The computer chips that we use, and then the high tech of AI, they are needing more and more and more of that raw substance. And they're getting it for slave labor.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. Well, brother, I got I have to close up right now. I know we
Yes,
had
ma'am.
we
All right,
had a
thank
half an hour.
you.
May Allah reward us all, and just come together and just continue. I hope none of us will drop the ball. We will continue. This will make this a continuing effort until it gets the momentum, like a snowball, the momentum that it needs to get to make a change or make a difference. Because this is a big one. But like you said, there are other organizations, because I've been looking it up, doing a little research, and there are people who are doing some stuff, but you don't really, hopefully it's just getting to where it's supposed to get to,
Yes.
So I'm going to say, ma'am, are you still going to be on, or do you want to close it out with a prayer?
Yeah,
Or
no, we got a few more minutes.
Okay.
And so I just want you to say, give us some final comments before you leave. And we first want to thank you. And secondly, we want to ask you to come back next week so we can check in.
Okay.
And so if you can't make it every week for a check-in, we'll check in with our audience, every month or once or
Inshallah.
twice, whatever we need to do. But we wanna make sure that this conversation doesn't end this evening.
Oh, it definitely won't. My last comments is what we already said. I will be contacting other organizations so we can do a collaboration of moving this forward. So inshallah, when I come back next week, inshallah, I would have that information and who are the contact people that what we can do to make this a snowball effect. Inshallah.
I want to just give you some quick advice.
Mhm.
You might contact some people that's going to try to dissuade you, okay, from shedding light on the other conflicts, okay? And you're going to be surprised at who these people are and what organizations they may be involved with. I went on Umrah last year, and when I got there, to my surprise, the Saudi government, the people in Medina, announced to all of the people coming out to make Umrah that they can't say nothing about Palestine.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to say anything about Palestine, Israel, the conflict, that you can't have any group discussion out in the open, none of that. You understand?
Wow, I just made Umrah too. I made it twice. I just did it in February, then I did it the year before, and I really didn't run into anything like that. Really? Wow.
Right. And so when we got there, I was surprised, but I understood where they were coming from. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
I
so
got you.
we keep forgetting that the enemy is not always on the outside.
I got you. Okay.
Okay. And
Right.
so I was disappointed.
Wow.
I was almost ashamed because
Yeah.
here it is. I came all the way here for you
Wow.
to tell me that the conflict with them is of no real consequence.
Oh
and it's
my
not
God.
important.
Oh my
See,
God.
by asking us not to speak with each other about the conflict. Now here's a place that you're supposed to be making du'as. People were making du'as and all this stuff. And to have the government say this and have the people that were going around maintaining law and order, this is the message that they gave us.
Oh, Buffalo.
And so when you go out, just know for sure that whatever answer you get, don't rely heavily on it. Rely on the inspiration that Allah gives you.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's all I'm asking. You got our full support.
Okay.
We definitely understand. We also feel some pain. We also feel a little heat. And we also know as African Americans, they can do all of that. But at some point, they're going to get right back around to us.
Oh, yes. We are the number one target.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We are the number. They fear the browning of America.
Yes, they do. They know why. Yes, they do. They are in
We are the number
total
one.
fear. Total fear.
And they are constructing large detention centers across this country, and each center will hold 10,000 people.
Well, brothers, inshallah, may Allah reward us all. And next Monday at 7 o'clock, the same time, inshallah, if not be, well, I'll just hold on to it because, like I said, I already have established a few people that's interested already, male and female. So we just going to keep moving. And some are Muslims, some are not. So it's just a group of people, of concerned citizens who know humanitarians, who just want to be humanitarians. That's all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And inshallah, I'll talk to you brothers on next week.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much. May Allah continue to bless you. Ameen. So Imam Kareem.
Yes, sir.
So I want you to share with us, because we have our telethon coming up. And I want you to share with us, the people that are still with us, if you have any ideas on what we can do as a means to help that be a success.
Which telethon? The one for Muslim Journal or the telethon that will be held for supporting community-wide Shura in America?
Well, we're talking about the community-wide Shura telethon. We know on the 15th, they're going to be doing something with the Muslim Journal, their telethon. Sister Joan, who was just on, she'll probably be back on afterwards because that's going to be Saturday, I think.
Yes.
Okay. But when is ours supposed to start?
It's in my email.
Assalamu alaikum. I apologize. I'm in another, but it's November 30th. Apologize for my picture not showing. November 30th through December 6th.
Very good.
And we're still having the strategic gathering meetings for the overall intelligentsia on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesdays from 1 to 5 and Thursdays from 2 to 6. And look forward to American Muslim 360 coming with this powerful strategic planning by the CEO and the senior management team. We'll get more information on that. I know they said Saturdays are much easier for everyone. So look forward to the lay outline coming forward for us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. I think we got Brother Bilal on the line. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Bilal, before we close out.
Wa alaikum assalam. Praise be to Allah. I want to also bring to our attention that we have a situation with 501, I think 3C3. They're going to take about, I think we need about $4,000, $8,000 to get that taken care of. And I pray Allah that we go ahead on and put the money together and get that situation taken care of. I will be giving $100 until it's done with. And also I'm going to be sending out letters to the masjids, first out on the East Coast, and then center, and then out there on the West Coast, so we can get this money together and to make sure that CWSC and AM 360 is not burdened with that responsibility. We want to alleviate that as fast as possible. So now, would you give us an address or give us a little bit about that also?
Okay, and the address right now, we're asking everyone to send through to the address of CWSC and notating that it is for the tax-exempt charitable status for CWSC entirely, and that is 4905 34th Street, South, number 185, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33711. Again, 4905, 34th Street South, St. Petersburg, Florida, 33711. And you make the payable money order or check to CWSC. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Bilal, for maintaining the much like the public relations force. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Okay, so inshallah ta'ala, we'll be following up. We do know that our telethon is going to be starting on the 30th to the 6th, and we'll probably discuss that in next coming weeks, inshallah ta'ala. We have an approach, and we're going to be looking for sponsors. We're going to be looking for, just concerned citizens in our community that have the interest of keeping us on the airwaves. We do know that we have to address a couple of key issues. And one issue is that, we have to work on our listenership. And why do we have to work on our listenership? Because we are nowhere without our listeners. If we don't have our listeners, if we haven't made sure that we got them to where they can get to us and hear what we're doing and actually participate, then the chances of us getting the things that we need become a little more difficult. I'm sure Allah will bless us with those things. But it would be a lot easier if we had more people coming along. I remember a while back when I was first learning how to raise funds, Imam Siraj said that it's one thing to have the need, but you're not going to get it unless you ask. Now, how is it that you're going to be able to ask and you don't have the people to ask? So we have to get the people in there. And once we got the people in there, then we're better able to take this task on, no matter how huge it might seem. Together, we can do it. There's a program in Maryland called I Can't, But We Can. And I say that about AM 360. May Allah help us to that we say Ameen. We're going to close out, inshallah ta'ala, and pray Allah that He blesses all of us, all of you, with a wonderful week of progress, continued peace and joy. And to that we say Ameen. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wal asr. Innal insana lafi khusr. Ila ladina amanu wal amilu salihati wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you all so much.
And thank you, Imam. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And now it's time for Brother Edward. He's something different zones. I just sent it to you again.
Okay. So, Alhamdulillah. Let's see. Who's in the... Oh, Deprita. You're the chosen one to close everything down.
Or Ma'am Adam was supposed to give a presentation tonight on Brother Edward's program.
Oh, yeah.
And she exited out of the I want you.
Assalamu alaikum. We have your voice. You're not on mute. There we are. Okay, let's see. Okay, Depreeta, only you can close the live streaming unless I go out and come back in. Perhaps I'll do that. Okay.